Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to X-Plane 11. Ooh, someone's calling me. Who could this be? How are you guys doing? One sec, give me a few seconds, alright? Waste of time. One of those automated thingies. And it's even in Chinese, so I don't really understand the thing. There was a small 19 MB update now. I'm not sure. I am in the beta branch though. Thank you for joining, guys. How are you doing? And catch up on chat. I only subbed so I can use the emotes. That's a good point. That's a good point. Do I have it now? How do you show that? My emotes? Does it really show? Oh, that one. Is it? Ah, there you go. Hey, Jessica. Long time no see. How are you? How have you been? You're still playing Fern Bus or Tourist Bus? I've been wanting to check it out, but it's been a while. Anyway, let me go through the list first. Thank you, Jay, being the first one, as always. Always available. Thank you for the constant support. And finally, yeah, managed to resub because I always forget. I always want to join and then resub in your stream, but I always forget. So at least I can resub now. And then I can join maybe later on. Hey, Alex. And yes, I subbed just for that emote. How are you doing? Yeah, feeling a bit better now. Although the voice might be a bit still hoarse. Hey, Thor. Thank you for joining. Glad you made it. Hey, Barry. Lovely train ride. Thank you for sharing the pics with us over at Discord. Who was it? Yeah, it was weird. Heard some sounds in OBS. What? You just so happen to be flying in X-Plane right now. Cool. What plane are you flying and where are you going? Nice. Yeah, voice is still a bit hoarse. It's a work in progress. Had to conduct a training yesterday at work. It was not so good. It was one of my hatest trainings because no one is listening. It's just a formality. No one really listens to it. So it's like I was just doing a monologue and I was thinking to myself, I'm just wasting my voice here. So yeah, it was not a good use of my limited voice. This one though, I think is perfect use of my limited voice. So thank you guys for joining in this stream. So yes, we're still in X-Plane. We're still in the Premiere 1A. I have a few tools I want to check out and I'll be sharing them with you today, alright? Ah, I see what you mean, Jay. Yeah. So you have OBS open and the sub notification thing, the alert push through. Now it makes sense. Thank you. Twin Otter from Anchorage. Ooh, I have never heard of it. I'm a bit ignorant when it comes to plane models though. Very new to the aviation world. Where are you flying today? We are still in Atlanta. This has become my home base basically. And I've grown more familiar with the procedures and I thought to myself, if I'm going to practice VATSIM, might as well practice with a place where I'm more familiar with, right? So at least I know the taxiways more or less. I'm familiar with the procedures, the different waypoint names and all that stuff. So there is a stepping stone. It's not all from scratch. And I think that's a very good idea when it comes to complicated stuff like this. Yes, definitely, Jessica. I've been really watching P1D's videos, and I've been so hyped with this plane because of his vids. I was even able to contact him in Instagram directly. We talked a bit. I suggested that he create a Patreon so that, and he liked the idea. So hopefully he pushes through with it. I said I would gladly become a patron if you go with that idea, because people were complaining that his videos are shorter now. They wanted the longer videos, but on the other hand, some people like it shorter, so there's a bit of a conflict. So I told him maybe you would like to make a Patreon and maybe post the full length videos there for your hardcore fans. I would classify myself as one of them. And it would be minimal work for you because you don't have to edit anything. Just post them there. And the patrons would appreciate it. And they would even pay for it. So I think it sounds good. Hopefully he'll push through. We'll see. Is Singapore a suburb of Atlanta? I would love to fly in Singapore. Although because there's not much activity in there. Yeah, I was really fangirling when I was... messaging him. You know, I even showed him my landing video. You know what I have in Patron. I have a Patreon of my own. And some of you guys probably saw it. I've been posting landing videos bit by bit. There was one particular video which was looking pretty professional. I shared it in Patron. And I shared that with him. And he said, wow, that's cool. Something like along those lines. And he was like, it looks like you're ready for the real thing. And I told him it was like... 1 out of 100 landing practices, so maybe not yet. Something along those lines. Definitely not touch, he said. Oh goodness. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he really needs the money. That's true. Yeah, it's not about the money for him, I don't think so. Whenever he talks, it's all about the luxuries in life. Man, he's living the life. That would be the most epic collaboration ever. I would love that. Anyway, so yes, today, practice VATSIM, practice a couple of other tools. Oh, and I have a new gadget. You might have seen it in the Discord. I have a new gadget inside the plane. Let me go inside. Ta-da! Oi! Yarr! Yarr, Jack. And Alex resubbed for 21 months. VATSIM? I thought that's in FATSIM. I would have that covered. Goodness. So I might have gone a bit into modding as well, into X-Plane. Kind of modded in this tablet. I'm super proud of it. I had no clue how to mod and X-Plane, so thank Google. Thank the forums and all the helpful posts there. So it took me like the entire day to figure out how to make this work. But yeah, it seems like it works now. So we have AviTab integrated. Remember like how we have it like in 2D before like this, which was actually more legible, but it does not feel that immersive because there's something floating in the screen, and you know how I hate overlays normally. So I want it as immersive as possible, and that I think fits the bill quite well. Tablet, how? Yeah, I had to go into Blender, modify a lot of the files, download the import-export functionality. So I had to go really into modding a bit. My name is Clumsy, and initially I was giving up on it because it was so complicated, but took a break, went back, progressed, took a break, went back, progressed until it became like this. So I'm super proud of it. And then you can actually like, if you feel like you don't want it there, the home button doesn't actually work, but what we can do is we can actually go to AviTab, disable it, and the tablet itself disappears. And then if you want it back, you can bring it back like so. Yeah, so it kind of works. RXP GTN 750. I've been hearing things about that. It's a payware, right? I don't think it's compatible with this plane though. I read someone tried it and it was bugging out the FMS for him. Hey Synth, thank you for joining. How are you? Glad you were able to make it. So yeah, we'll be making use of this, and you might have seen in the video last Sunday, Navigraph, I bought a subscription. So yeah, I'm really splurging on all X-Plane stuff. Not being a cheapskate about this so much because it's so immersive. Navigraph is like a magic thing where it gives you all the access to the graphs, to the charts, to the FMS data and all that stuff. So it's going to be useful, especially when now we have the AviTab integration here. Hopefully Disney doesn't buy this one too. That's true, yeah. Disney is buying everything and I'm sure Scotsman is loving it. Alright, so we're flying with this thing. We have the AviTab on our side. And then what I also want is to explore this tool. This might get a bit overwhelming initially if you're not familiar with the tool, but it's called Little Nav Map. And that thing Looks pretty overwhelming, but it's super comprehensive. Like, I don't even open Sky Vector anymore for my flight plans. I have everything here. Everything is synchronized, and it's even connected to the sim. So you see, like here, I have the wind speed 315 heading at 9 knots. We have the plane. It knows where we are, so it syncs with X-Plane. It is updated with the FMS data from the Navigraph subscription I have, so it has updated procedures and all that stuff. It synchronizes with X-Plane to get all the airports available, so everything you see here is pretty accurate with what you can expect in-game as well. So it's so good, really good. We'll go and check it out, okay? We'll be sitting on a plane in 2 days flying across the country. Nice. Where will you be going? Also, one thing that I've been exploring is this VATSIM tool. Oh man, it kind of sucks. We just lost the... Yeah, so this is cool because it shows you a visual map of how many people and who is online in VATSIM. And it shows you the air traffic control coverage. Like you see here in... is that Boston? I'm not really sure. Yeah, it is Boston. So in Boston and nearby airports, there is like an approach, ground, tower, an ATIS, and you see that this red here is the center. So there is full, well, almost full ATC coverage here. Compared where we are right now in Atlanta, there is the approach, but there's no center. Earlier, there was a center. Dang it, I wanted to do that. In Miami, there is, so you kind of can map out your trips and go to the places where there's coverage and work on that. Yeah, so that can also be a thing. Yeah, I went into the rabbit hole. Exactly. Look what you made me do, guys. Well, everything flight sim. Going to San Francisco, nice. Chemical Brothers. Not familiar with that. Is that like a band? Go look at Alaska. I will see you. UKV 992. Where is Alaska? Yeah, you'll have to help me here. Where is Alaska? No, I'm not. That's why I asked. Unfollow. Go left. Is that to the north? Oh yeah, I see you. UKV 992. Yeah. Cool. Enjoy. So you're pretty familiar with VATSIM, huh? Yeah, you might be able to give me some tips because I'm really a noob here. A duo that makes really great electronic music. EGM. Is that how we call it? EGM? Hey Kelly, how are you? So yeah, we'll be coming from Atlanta, but we don't really have a job here. The problem I haven't really had the chance to fly online so much because of this very limited availability for the air traffic controllers, especially during my time. They're mostly open, they're mostly online during this time, my mornings. And my mornings, I'm mostly recording other stuff, right? And everything has to align, so I cannot really, like in the afternoons or in my evenings, I can't really play VATSIM because no one is online in the US. So it's a bit challenging, but it's better than nothing, definitely. And also I have to find an FS economy job and align that with who's online in VATSIM. Otherwise, it won't be that worth it, you know? But I guess I can like just fly without any FS economy job, but it will be kind of a waste. I want to hit all the stones, all the markers in one go. We have 257k now. Can you see it? Yeah. So I've been flying a bit. Still far away though. The plane, the Premier 1A is being sold for around 700 to 900k. So still quite a lot in there. There's nothing going to Charlotte. We can go somewhere else though. You can go and find something that has like 7 people because the plane's maximum capacity is 7. And then we can do a flight plan for it. And who knows, maybe by that time there will be someone online in the center already. More people in VATSIM. Hey da, glad you made it. We're not going to fly just yet. You might have to set expectations. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 business charter doesn't really pay well. Let's go look. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm looking for 7 jobs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is a winner right there. KCWV is Claxton Evans Co. What is Co? Company? Claxton, Georgia, United States. Walking Simulator Game link. Oh, I haven't. Where is that? Is that the one in Jack's Discord? Oh, I forgot to check Jack's Discord. Jack's Discord. I'll have to check it. I forgot. That's where you live. Wow. So you'll be flying to San Francisco from here? Oh, that's nice. Is this the exact airport you'll be flying from? Let's get that then. Let's go sightseeing. Cheese and ham omelette with a side of bacon. Ah, okay. You'll be flying from Atlanta. Hartsfield Jackson. Okay, that's where we are right now. Cool. Cool, man. What a coincidence. Local. Healthy eating. Okay, let me rent the plane. That's the guy. I've been flying this plane for quite some time. This guy. Actually, there's no owner yet. It's not for sale. Maybe when it goes on sale, I can buy it then. But yeah, look at the log. I've been flying it the entire time. I'm the only guy. I've been hoarding this plane. There's some guy who kind of squeezed in one flight. But ever since like end of April, I've been flying this plane. So I've been flying for half a month now. Alright. Let's go and rent it out again. Rent it dry. Alright. And then let's go into the flight planning stage. I would have to play FS19 first. And I haven't been playing it for quite some time because of this guy is just taking in everything. Sorry about that. Oh, this one is showing where the things are going. That's actually pretty cool, huh? Atlanta to Georgia, somewhere there. Well, everything is in Georgia, but yeah, you get what I mean. What I want to do is I want to hold the ones going to Charlotte first. That's not what we're going for right now, yeah? So we'll take all these 7. Yeah, there you go, 7. So let's go and plan a flight from Atlanta to, was it Claxton? Claxton Evans. Stop talking about food. Have you fly your FSE packs about in this swanky premier jet? Yeah, they're flying luxury class here with the plane. Piper Navajo. I think that's a classic, right? Pocket all the profit, yeah. Tequila. So, let me just double check that no one is contacting me here and telling me not to be... let me see. Yeah, no one is contacting me. I actually downloaded the plugin, so if someone private messages me, there will be a notification. I still don't know what TFC means. Descending via Jedi 2 probably, passing 14,000 southeast of Workey, planning for visual 9 right. Why is he using Unicom? Is there no one online anymore? Well, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? Oh yeah, no one's online anymore. Dang it! All right, we'll see. Well, let's hope that someone goes online after. Otherwise, we'll have to... So maybe we can do an FSE job now. Let's just get warmed up with Little Nav Map, and then we can go full VATSIM later without FS economy reliance. So what happens here... And maybe I should hide my face. Let's see. Okay, let's do it like this. So I'll hide my face so that you can see the entire thing. This is planning for the flight. So we start in Atlanta. We set as flight plan departure. So that goes here on the left side. Right. And then we are going to... Where is that? Charlotte. No, that's that one. The Claxton. KCWV. Kilo Charlie Whiskey Victor. Right. So we find that. Kilo Charlie Whiskey Victor. We right click and set as flight plan destination. So you see already a map appear in real time like so. I have the direct link for my YouTube now. I had that for quite a while, but is that the one that's appearing now when you go to YouTube? Because it's for the longest time it's not been. It was using the generated ID. Had another CPU read. What's a guarana? Hey Gato. I think I forgot to greet you. Thank you for following. I didn't see who followed, but thank you. Appreciate it. Feel free to say hi. No, this is free. This is free. Little Nav Map is so useful and it's all free. So this synchronizes with all the stuff, with X-Plane, with Navigraph and all that stuff. You can even export an image, save map as image for AviTab, and then you can load it in your tablet in-game. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so it also can get the performance for your plane. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to fly a normal flight, a typical flight, and then you have to set it like collect performance for flight. So you'll do that one time, and in the succeeding ones, it'll be able to tell you where the top of climb, top of descent is, how much fuel you'll be consuming based on that performance flight that you measured. So it will have something for you. It won't be exact, but it will be a nice ballpark figure. Yes, I disabled it so you can see the entire screen. So with that, and I disabled it because there will be some stuff on the right side, but later I'll be back. So I show the departure procedures, and you can actually see all the different SIDs in here, and you can even pick which runway. So for example, if we're departing from runway 27 right, it will already remove all the other SIDs so you don't get confused, and then you can just browse through them one by one, and it will show you exactly where the asset's going, so you can actually get an idea of which one makes sense for your flight. So I can just browse through that way. Yeah, so Bang 2 looks pretty good. Let's see if there's something that goes along my direction as well. Halo can work as well. Yeah, Smoltz 2 looks to be good too. This one looks pretty well. Varsity 2 seems like the right fit. Gary can also work. Remember, Gary was what we used before. Yeah, let's go with Varsity 2. So what we'll do here is use the SID. Actually, we can also look deeper. Look for the transition. There's actually a transition to Mike Charlie November there, but that's going to actually make us a bit farther. So let's just go through the SID and not through the transition. So we use that as departure from 27 right, and you'll see that the flight plan actually adjusts with it. Pretty cool, pretty good visuals. Okay, let me get back to the map. Little Nav Map. It's in the title of the stream if you need the spelling. Ah, nice. Glad you found it. Alright, so with that, I think I can bring back the webcam and the chat, so you have an idea already. Okay, but yeah, this is the thing I've been using for my flight plans, and I don't go to Sky Vector anymore because it shows everything. It can show you the Victor highways, the jet airways, all that stuff. It can show you the waypoints, the VORs, and all those things. Okay, we can actually stop by this VOR, Delta Bravo November. So I right click there and I add Vortac Dublin to flight plan. So we include that in our flight plan like that. Yeah, that looks good. Is there anything else that we pass through? I think that's good. And then we can look at Claxton Evans Airport. Right click, show arrival procedures. It's not much in here, only the RNAV to the runways, but we can add that also. So if I click those, we can see them in the flight plan. Yeah, you can see the waypoints, even the holding for the missed approach. And then we can also look at the weather from here. So if I right click here and show information, like I mentioned, everything is here already. You can even look here for what kind of weather is in X-Plane. So you can see weather, XP11 station, it says 300 at 8 knots. You can fly VFR actually because it's good weather. And you can even like get that in a more readable format. You can get information about the different runways, what kind of length, and this is synchronizing with the X-Plane data, so this is consistent. It like gets all that from your X-Plane stuff. Okay, so that's good. Which runway would we want given the wind at 300? Coming from 300, we'd want probably the 27. Yeah, 27 is what we'll pick. So let's pick a runway RNAV, actually 28. Yeah, RNAV 28, that's the one. Then we can go and look for other transitions. Yeah, there's one coming from LOTS or Mayar. LOTS sounds good. Let's use that one, and that will adjust the flight plan as so. Yeah, that looks perfect actually. That looks perfect. Let me also add in a few waypoints. Sorry, I'll get back to chat in a bit, okay? Just finishing this up. Oh, I can actually even drag it like so. Add waypoint, Momo or Tifter, cancel. What is that? That's Momo, okay. ULD for FS19 came out today. Oh, what is it about? What does it add? Drive, shoot, drive, shoot. Drive by shooting. Are you guys still hunting? Yeah, exactly. So what you can also do, let's do it. Let me show you. So once you have the flight plan already, you can clean up the screen because this might get a bit cluttered. You can remove the airspace indications. You can remove the highways, the airways. You can remove all the other airports and stuff. Yeah, so you make it clean like that. And then we can export it to AviTab. So just save map as image for AviTab. And then it will automatically get the departure and arrival runways. So you don't have to do anything. Just save it. And then you can bring back all the clutter as needed. And when we go back, we can actually see, go to maps here. If we change this to, is that Mercator? And pick this one, Atlanta to Claxton, you can see that exact map in here, and then you'll see your real-time plane, your real-time location. So yeah, so you'll have an idea, a visual idea of where you are, top of climb, top of descent, how far each leg is, which waypoint, altitude restrictions, and all that stuff. So it's all pretty cool, and it's all free. It's amazing. Okay, let me get back to chat now. It's been quite a while. Way more complicated than train sim. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Where's it? Scotsman. First. How are you doing, man? Yeah, people are just using Unicom. There is no air traffic controller online. Dang it. Okay, but yeah, at least we got a chance to show Little Nav Map. We'll do this flight, and then let's look for an actual VATSIM online controller later. Let's treat this as a warm-up. Sorry, Synth. Kind of fell into the rabbit hole there. I'm back. Also, let me actually reposition my light because it's a bit blocking the chat window. There you go. That should be a bit better. Alright, so no clearance whatsoever. I'll just turn on the plane. Turn off bleed air. Now you can also export the flight plan into FMS, so save it as a file and then load it from here. I haven't really tried it. I've been doing it the manual way still, so I'll have to do everything here manually. But yeah, you can actually import it so it's shorter. So it's Claxton to 27 right via 27 right, Varsity 2, Lots, Arnav. Yeah, so many different things here. Okay, let's do it one step at a time. TBN Momo, then runway 28. Okay, so departing Kilo Charlie Whiskey Victor arrival, departing runway 27 right via Varsity 2. Okay, we picked the runway first. I always get confused which is which. FMS, hate those things. I'm loving the FMS actually. They've grown on me. Trophy Lodge in Hunter. Oh, even Barry has updated it. Nice. 3 diamonds in 195 hours playing. Sounds hardcore. By the way, I forgot to share. I recently just reached 1,000 hours in ETS2. Didn't even realize it. Time flies, huh? Right, so that's that. We take the Varsity 2. We go to the direct to Delta Bravo November VOR. And then we pass by Momo. How many O's are there? Is that one? Okay, that's correct. So Varsity 2, Momo, and then runway 28 via Lots transition. Okay, runway 28 via Lots transition. That's the one. Perfect. And then we just delete the discontinuity here. We oh yes, one thing more that I forgot to show. Yeah, 1,000 hours Gilmore Girls. Alright, and then you can also look at the, once you have the aircraft performance, you can actually change the altitude as well, the cruising altitude. And once I scroll up here, you can see the vertical, the flight plan elevation profile here at the bottom. You can see it changing in the top of climb and top of descent, adjusting. I'm not sure what the rule of thumb is, but I try to keep it like 1/3, 1/3. Like top of climb 1/3, the cruise 1/3, and then top of descent 1/3 of the entire leg. I use that as a guide, but I'm not really sure if that's accurate. Let's do it like that. 230, I think looks good. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Let me know if there's a better way of doing that. Yeah, time flies very fast. 1,000 hours, GG. I took a screenshot, I forgot to share it. 2 to 8 hours in hunting, wow. Rewatching Gilmore Girls now with your wife, nice. Yeah, I would love to rewatch it again. Maybe when I can propose that to Mrs. Clumsy. Okay, that's good. Execute. No complaints from FMS. Let's double check the legs. Everything looks fine. Flight level 230. Yeah. Okay. That looks good. Let's take that. Nav radio. I am in Unicom. I have the 2200 squawk for when there is no air traffic controller online. But let us show the online people anyway, just in case there's someone who goes online. 158 hours in Hunter only. Only 1 diamond. You're at 158 hours already, Alex? Wow, you're catching so fast. Catching up so fast. Heading 275. Flight director. Flight level change. Speed at 250 knots. And I'll show you the beauty of Navigraph and AviTab integration in a bit. Yeah, so in this first flight we can do a bit of show and tell. So, and then, did I press nav already? I don't think I did. Okay. And then turn off avionics so we can start the engine. But then again, I need to get clearance first, although there is no ATC, so I don't think I need that anyway. So if I go to airports, I go to Atlanta. I can also go to that dedicated view. This one is familiar, right? But Navigraph, now this is the paid subscription. You can synchronize AviTab, this tablet, to Navigraph. Hey! Thank you for the bits, Rip! Appreciate the bits, Cap Manager. Welcome to the stream. More hours for transport fever. I can imagine so. Mrs. Clumsy is doing fine. She just went for work. Yeah. There are some changes coming soon, in a few weeks' time, but I'll share it when it happens, so as to not to jinx it. So when you click this, you have access to all the charts. So you can actually see the chart in here. This is Navigraph charts, and you can see our current position. You can see all the taxiways. It's so easy to keep that open, and then you request taxi from the air traffic controller, so they tell you which taxiways you have to take, and it's so easy to map then if you have something visual like this and you know where you are. It's super useful. And you can even sequence the different charts as you're going through here. Like us, airport would be the start, and then we'll be needing the departure chart, right? More or less. Varsity 2, so we can keep that open as well. So we can already plan it out, and we can read through the notes. Accelerate to 250 knots. That's why I set the speed to 250 knots a while ago. And there are several markers here. Instructions, special notes that you don't really have access to if you only have the actual flight plan, the FMS data. And then once we're there, we leave there, and then the next one would be the arrival airport. Charlie Whiskey Victor, was it? That's the one. Weather is there. Approach to runway 2. That's different. Runway 27 or 28. Maybe a typo in the flight plan, I don't know. In the FMS data. 27 seems to be working a lot better though. Ahido and Bupo. Let's see if that's consistent. Ahido, Bupo, yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah, that's the same thing. Just different numbering. And then let's also open the airport. So now you can look at it in sequence. Yeah, so I have the tablet really working for me here. So I can sequence all my charts as I progress through the flight, so I don't get lost at any point. As they say, situational awareness is key when you're flying. Okay, good to go. Yes, I have a yoke. I bought one. I bought the CH Eclipse yoke. Pretty cool. Nothing hardcore, but gets the job done. He doesn't know. Was that for me? I'm not sure, Kelly. I'm so engrossed in flight sims, as you can see. Yeah. Unfortunately, there are only so many hours in a day, and we have to choose. And currently, I'm going to flight sims all the way. You have CH2. Yeah, it's a good yoke, right? It's a great one. Even comes with some built-in throttle controls. Strained the muscle last Thursday. Ouch. Every stream you have a different injury. Hope you're feeling better. Now I know. It's been the general rule of life. Have you read the book Essentialism? I learned so many things there. You have to choose and you have to commit to it. Okay, we're good there. I think we are ready. At this point, I would have requested for clearance. Got my notebook ready. But since there is no one online, let's do one final check with with Vatastic. There's still no one online. Oh, but I need to refuel first before I do anything. We only have 52 gallons here. Yeah, so because I have the performance data, I can actually check here. Fuel plan. So you can see the block fuel is computed for me, just like in SimBrief. But this is using my own performance gathering. So it says I have to load 170 gallons. That includes the fuel for the actual trip, the reserve fuel, and any other stuff, contingency fuel, a little bit of buffer for inaccuracy. So 170 should get the job done given this flight plan. Alright, so I'll put in 170 gallons in FS economy. And that should get me to where I want to go. And that gives me a better, a more accurate calculation. 170. There you go. 170 gallons. Perfect. Now we can start the flight. Regards cruise, you want to be up there as long as possible to save money on fuel. So climb at best rate. Then 3-degree descent. Yeah, that's right. Right. So it shouldn't be normally 1/3, 1/3. We should keep the middle length, which is the cruising phase, as long as possible. I think I get what you mean. Yeah. But then again, we also have to balance it with how high we are, so we can get that boost in airspeed, true airspeed. Okay, let's try this out. Because it's not so accurate, you'll see later. We're not really going to... We'll be reaching top of flight faster. So I think I have a bit of inaccurate performance data still. So it's not that exact yet. Alright, let's start the engine. Let's sync with FS economy. There we go. 7 people loaded. What's amazing about Little Nav Map is because it's synchronized with X-Plane. It actually updates as well, even your gross weight here. So you don't have to go to the different windows and stuff. Computes your zero fuel weight, payload, how much fuel, gross weight, and all that stuff. So 10,800. That's going to be... Let me go to the performance. You see it on your screen? Yes, you do. So we know our V speeds. V1, VR, V2. So at 11,000, what is the static air temperature? 20 degrees. The P1 is better really high up. Yeah, based on the performance tables, it does its best. It goes fastest around flight level 270. And if you go any higher, it slows down a bit, but it saves a lot of fuel. So it becomes more economical once you reach the upper levels. But in terms of speed, it goes fastest at around 270. So here we have 11,000 at 20 degrees. That's 104, 109, 122. So let's set that. Let me turn that on again. 104, 109. Was it 122? V2? I guess so. That's good. And then we set the VREF later as we land. Okay, altimeter 2996. There you go. Right, so you can turn that off again. Jack knows how to start his tractor and combine. Just pink pickups you have trouble with. It's a step towards the right direction, right? Turn on beacon, turn on nav. Fasten seatbelts, everybody. We have everybody loaded, so let us close the door. There you go. And let's do the engine start now, finally. Do that. Let me just set up all the switches. Okay. Arm the oxygen as well. Oh, that's armed already. Okay. ATC. Okay, we're good. Unlock the throttles. And start engine 2. N2 at 12%. We introduce some fuel. We monitor the ITT. I don't think it ever goes, it ever fails. Still outside. See ya! Grab the wing and hang on. You can fit in through the window. Alright, let's do that. Start engine 1. Right generator is on. Annunciator has come off. At 12%. Introduce fuel. Monitor it. You can start with the bleed air now again. Don't ever forget about the bleed air, because it's important apparently for the pressurization inside the cabin. Starter has cut off. Start generator, we are good. Now we can disconnect the ground power unit GPU. And that should increase the amps here on the right and left engines. Looks good. Turn on avionics. Turn on pitot heat. Windshield heat. Bring back the yoke. We should be good to go. House flipper update queued. Nice. What's new? Okay, let's go to the airport here. So we will be taking off from runway 26 right. Actually, I picked the wrong. Oh, dang it. I picked the wrong runway. Okay, let's go 27 right then. Just for a change. 27 right is so far away though. No, we'll change it. Let's go 26 right. That's too long. Departure 26 right. Varsity 2. That's the one. Does that look good? Yeah, that looks good. Alright, that wasn't so hard. Okay, 26 right in this. Snuffy. Thank you for the bit. Cupcake. Looking really nice. Looking very tasty. Is that right? Are we going to Snuffy? Yeah, Snuffy is the first waypoint. Okay, confirmed. Alright, so we will be taxiing to 26 right. And it's just going to be a short one. We'll just take Alpha. Yeah, we'll just follow Alpha along the way, all the way. But before we do that, we have to announce it to the Unicom if there's any traffic. Let me enable as well TCAS. There's actually someone there. So if there's traffic around, it's best practice to announce your intentions in Unicom. Where's the guy actually? We can go and look for him. I don't see him though, but let me type it anyway. Ah, it's a bit too much. Oh my goodness. Close enough. Bit shower. There you go. Right. Also turn those on. Warning. And we are good. Okay, so let me announce. So what should I say? Taxi via Alpha. Taxi runway 26 right via Alpha. Yes. There you go. Counting with the 1000. Thanks a lot, Jay. Keeping it lively. Alright, let's get moving. Maybe I should have said the Atlanta airport because the Unico might be reaching a bit wider. Anyway. Alright, so based on the map, I should be turning left here. There should be a junction right there. No one here, good. Miami, dang it, Miami Center came online, but not Atlanta Center. In a way, I'm kind of thankful because I'm still super nervous about talking with ATC. Super nervous still. I thought the first time was going to be the hardest. Apparently, it's not. Doesn't get easier. So I really have to get a lot of practice with it. Okay, we're good to go there. Did you like your flight? You are correct. We missed that. See? Thank you for the reminder. That's one more step that we have to take. So let's go and stop here. Let's leave the taxiway. I'm going to get some huge penalties if I don't do that. I don't actually know what the penalties are. But let's just stop by here so we're not hassling anyone in case someone uses Alpha. Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job at it, right? Okay, stop here for a sec. Let me file it. So actually, let's send that. Right. So cruising at flight level 230, that's right. Through airspeed, let's put at 420. Departure time, what time is it in Zulu? It's 0101, okay. So 0100, let's put that there. Alright, flight time, let's double check. Flight time is around 40 minutes, okay. Alright, that looks good. And then the route we have to look is Varsity 2. On to DBN. Momo, and then I think that's it. And then Lots is a Lots. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Beginner to mark us as such. Transmit and receive. Send. Keeps changing the badges. Which badges are those? Also, we'll have to do a bit of I'll have to double check that the audio is set up correctly. So let me record myself. November 461 Kilo Tango. Test. Let's hear what I sound like.
November 461 Kilo Tango. Test.
Wow. That was very murky, but okay, fine. Alright, we can go now. Sorry for the delay. Being a cheeky monkey and very good distraction. It's included in the VATSIM servers. So I think there has been a huge complaint about the level of the audio quality, because in one point they want to simulate like the, what do you call it, VHF frequencies, like what they use in the plane, so it's not perfectly sounding, right? It's a bit distorted. But at the same time, I think the technology being used with VATSIM is quite old, so it's not really it's not up to date, and so it's very low quality. And combine that with the VHF, it just adds to a very not so good quality sound. So yeah, it's a bit challenging. But again, 27 right via Lima. Okay, good. Ah, TFC is traffic. Okay, now it makes sense. Atlanta traffic. Okay, so he's taxiing to 27 right, which is very far away from us. That's all the way to the bottom of the airport, south of the airport, so it shouldn't be a problem. He is indeed. So what's the news about you guys? What's up? Have you guys been up to date in the trucking world? Open beta has released for ETS2, but I don't think there's an update specifically compared to experimental beta. Okay, let's hold short here. Don't crash now. Is that Jessica? Thanks for the message. Same as ETS EB to OB. No changes as of yet. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, good. So we should be good here. So let's do the right thing. Let's say Atlanta traffic. Runway 26R. Takeoff. How do you say it properly? Taking off. Departing. 26R. Hey, let's put it like that. That gets the message across properly already. I think that's enough. Alright, let's do this. I set the V speed, so we should be good. How are the winds like? Bit of crosswind, nothing serious. 7 knots coming from the right. I'm departing cross complex due to runway length. Okay. I'll say that after a time. Let me do that first. There we go. Varsity 2. There we go. Is that right? Varsity 2? Okay, I think that's good. That's cool. There's even some kind of interaction there, even if there's no air traffic control. So that's how it goes. Nice. Sorry, I was a bit preoccupied. I'm back. Hey, welcome to the stream, Sam. How are you? So he told us to report at Snuffy once we cross Snuffy. By the way, you probably can't see that, huh? Okay. Okay, we did cross Snuffy. Atlanta traffic. Crossing. Crossed. Just crossed. Snuffy. Varsity to Sid. I'm not sure if I'm saying the right things, but I'm hoping it's enough to let them understand. Let's climb to 230. Premier really does fly itself. Yeah. Ah, yes. Yeah, this is mostly automatic, which is very good for me. So I have more time to study my charts and prepare myself to talk with ATC and other traffic. After takeoff checks, close all those stuff. Do we have traffic in sight? I don't have him on my radar. I departed all about Atlanta about 10 minutes ago. I'm crossing MCN. Do we see him? What is SB? We don't have it in our waypoint. Let's go and zoom in a bit. Let's go that way so it's clean. Takeoff 27 right, Paget 2. Okay. So that's how you say it. I'm learning a lot here. Even without ATCC, there's actually a lot of interaction. I like that. Only thing is you guys probably aren't able to read that text. That's too small. Giving them more information than they need. Maybe, yeah. We'll get that sorted as I get used to it. Just been on a Jetstar plane like last week. A Jetstar? You don't like Jetstar? Why? It's a very nice, how do you say? Very nice budget airline, in my point of view. Yeah, 250 knots. We're still at 250 knots here. That's why I set the flight level change to 250 knots because of these warnings here. Okay, and if you look at the map that we exported from Little Nav Map, taking off as soon as this guy not on Unicom gets off the runway. There's actually someone on the runway that's not communicating with us. Good one. Alright, that's where we are. Yeah, so it says we should be reaching top of line soon based on the performance data that it had from us. But it seems like we are a bit off. Hey Tikash. Yes, it does. Don't expect me to fly one anytime soon though. Totally clueless about those things. Reaching 18,000, we switch to the standard altimeter settings. You're good. So let me have a look here. You can even zoom in a lot here. I'm trying to see if I can look for the MCN thing that they were telling about. Oh, I think that's fine. Helicopter simulator. Yeah, not from me. You can use this one. It does have helicopters, but I think some others are better at it. I think X-Plane is really focusing on planes. I'm not sure how good it is in helicopters. Everything good? Turn off the land. Actually, I forgot to turn on some of my lights. Whoops. Good thing there was no air traffic controller watching. RNAV C Park takeoff to 7R Paget 2. Okay, we're good there. Ah, there's Charlotte ground. If we went to Charlotte, we could have talked with someone there. Take on helicopters is okay, but old now, so cheaper is an point. What did you mean, Jack? I kind of missed that. You mean the helicopters in X-Plane? Yeah, I think we're good here. Should be cruising now. Should get a bit more relaxing. Not as much stuff to worry about. Actually, do we see anybody on traffic? Not really, huh? Which is interesting. Maybe they're not, but that's good. Means no one's close. All right. Take on helicopters is the name of the game. Okay. Didn't even know that. Runs on the Arma engine. It's on Steam. Cool. Thank you for giving him the tip. There we go. Top of line finally. So if you compare that with the performance data that the Little Nav Map has, yeah, it's actually not that accurate, but it's not that bad either. Gives you a good idea of where you'll be. Wish laminar with that TCAS to Garmin. Does it not have? Ah, yeah, me neither, Kelly. I'm really looking forward to it. Transport Fever 2. Okay, let me turn off. Let me turn off this one. Okay. Track IR so I can move my head around. I actually have my iPad, well, Mrs. Clumsy's iPad, for the notes. Because I listed down some notes in case I forget the script. So what to do, what to say when requesting clearance, what to say when requesting taxi. I'm just looking. If someone does go online, like the Atlanta Center, then we'll be in scope of that guy or girl. Tower, ground. Okay. Yeah, that should be good. Okay. But that's good. We're learning a bit of the phraseology. I think that's how they call it. Transport Fever 2 is coming Q4. Oh man, that's too long. Okay, we should slow down a bit here. You can see our speed, which is over here on this side, is reaching the red areas. That is the airframe limitations, I think. If you go too close to that, I've tried that already. If you go a bit close to the red, your plane starts bouncing around, like it starts getting unstable. Ah, this guy is a real pro. What is KAL? What airline is that? Clear 27 right. That's what she said. Did I say something again? Goodness. Oh, we have a lot of headwind though. So if you look at the speed, even though the indicated airspeed is just saying 314, our true airspeed is actually 439 because we're way up in the clouds basically. So we're traveling faster, the air is thinner, and we have less resistance. Although there is some crosswind coming in, and as a result, we're only, if you look at the ground speed, we're only traveling at 421 knots, which is, I don't know, 500 miles per hour, something like that. So not too shabby. Let me dial down on the throttle just a tad, so we don't go beyond 320 knots. And I really like the sounds here on this plane. You can really hear the engine changing when you increase or decrease the throttle. You can really hear it purring and working. It's very nice. Okay, we are past the SID, looks like. If you compare that with what we have, yeah, that's the one. We will be crossing Varsity soon. Man, that's too... Okay, gotcha. Korean Airlines. Ah, KL, nice. 8-mile final. ILS-26 right. Wow, I can still get the frequency, the messages all the way from here. I wonder how long the range is, or how that works in VATSIM. Because I'm guessing that frequency is not for the entire world, right? There should be like a limitation in the range there. Not sure how it's implemented though. Airframe size. Oh, was he? How can you tell? 1228 is for the whole world, yes. But I mean, can you see, like, if everyone is on 1228, does that mean if someone in London types something, you'll see it here? I don't think so, right? I think, yeah, it's limited range. There you go. Yeah. Because that would get really spammy. Okay, there we go. We've crossed that, so we can close this now. We've crossed Atlanta. We've left Atlanta Airport, so we can close that now. Next up is actually direct now. We'll be passing through some waypoints, some VORs, and then we'll be approaching the runway. But we can check the map from here as well. And I should be doing the same thing. Something traffic and how far away I am from the runway. So once we cross this part, whichever this waypoint is, I should announce that I am near the airport. If we look at the list of waypoints that we are getting, is it Bupo or Hido? I think I'll have to do some direct routing. I mean, it should be a pretty nice sky. Should have visual of the runway, so it shouldn't be necessary to follow all these waypoints. You can do a visual approach. So at Momo, we'll probably try and see what we can do somewhere. I know that's very vague. We'll just wing it. So once we get to Ahido, we will be, let's look at this, 5 miles away from the runway, or 10.9 rather. So we can announce there that we're on final 10 miles. Oh, that's a very long final, huh? 4 minutes TOD. Oh, nice. Congrats. Stay safe. Does that thing have VNav? Does your plane have VNav? You're typing from London and you see it here. Good point. Good point. That's amazing. Yeah, and actually when I was just starting on this entire aviation journey, this flight sim journey, and I had no clue, it was so interesting to learn about these different mechanisms. And to be honest, I actually thought it was a bit primitive at times, but then again, it makes sense. Way up in the air, you really have limited capability. Like, you don't have Wi-Fi. Well, some have nowadays, right? But I mean, coordinating with air traffic control and only being able to use one frequency, not being able to speak at the same time, it sounds a bit very limiting to me. Like you can't just go and chat and say something, or I don't know. It sounds very old school. So it doesn't sound like it's going along with the technological advancements, and I'm guessing that has something to do with the range, the distances. There are some limitations there, but that really okay, so it's not that high tech yet. Is how I would say. Does anyone know if there are some technological advancements happening in terms of the communication aspect? All right, have a good night, Kelly. Reliability, that's true. Yes. Because if you reach a part where it's out of coverage, then you're screwed, right? So yeah, I guess that's why they haven't left the radio frequency technology just yet. Can you, like an FSX, have a co-pilot and X-Plane? Actually, I'm not sure. I heard that there are you can have multiplayer in X-Plane. I'm just not sure in what way. That would be interesting, right? Someone would be coordinating with air traffic control, and actually we can do that manually. Like someone can be online. I don't know how it works, but yeah, maybe it can be done somehow. One bit at a time. No distraction there at all, right? Charlotte traffic. But there's ground control. Oh, but then again, I don't think ground handles arrivals. If you're still in the air, they won't get that responsibility. So this guy is still announcing that he's arriving inbound. Okay, good thing we are going to a relatively smaller airport, less traffic in there. 3008 knots. Now the thing is, this weather I don't think is super accurate, because what we're using right now is VATSIM weather, and it's not really using the same files that this is looking at. This is, I think, looking at the X-Plane METAR files, and VATSIM has its own file from the server or something. So this might be a bit inaccurate, but more or less should be along the same figures. Also, might be talking too much. Okay, top of descent is in 20 miles. That's good. I did not miss it. Got in through the landing gear. Squeezed in just as it is going up, huh? Oh, by the way, I have some new views. So remember that other view which was looking over on the left side and looking at the PFD? I had to remove that because the iPad was in the way now. But all the other views are still there, like the one from the wing. So you can actually see that the iPad is like right here, but still perfect in that view. Front view is there, and this is the new one. Don't get surprised. We actually have a guy flying the plane. I got shocked the first time I was looking for a view. He even moves on his own. Look at that. So cool. So professional. Even has another guy with him. And yeah, they kind of move sometimes. Let's wait for this guy. See? Oh, that's scary. Coordinated turning. Jay sneaky. That can be a thing. Now you see them, and now you don't. They kind of disappear sometimes. Yeah, there you go. Weirdest looking guys I've ever seen. Actually, it's kind of high quality. I did not expect people models of this level, to be honest. It's not really the focus of the plane, right? But it's nice that it's there. So pro, he has Tesla hands by the wheel. Yeah, well, it's an autopilot, so I guess it's it's not that bad. That's so creepy indeed. Quest Kodiak for X-Plane 11 has a girl in the co-pilot seat. Nice. Oh my god. me see if I didn't miss anything. It can calculate descents for you. But doesn't fly them for you. I see. Yeah, here I found a workaround how to make that work, because this plane should have a proper VNav functionality. Although there is a bit of bug, so a bit of limitation using the default X-Plane stuff. So it's kind of limited in that way. So let me slow down a bit. Let me remove altitude hold. Press N. And once we get to the top of descent, which is 1 mile away, this alt should switch to vertical speed like that. Once I remove the altitude hold, that is. Yeah, now it's adjusting, it's descending for me. Way creepy when he looked at us. Yeah, I know, right? So scary. So we are doing this RNAV 27, right? Was it 28 or 27? Similar airways, opposite direction. Now 2880. Okay, you guys worry about that. They're actually flying the same airway and then they're on opposite directions. So does that mean they'll be crossing at each point? I guess normally the air traffic control wouldn't do that, right? Okay, you look good there. Let me have a look at the Momo in 25 miles. That's fine. We should start slowing down really, because at 10,000 feet we should be at 250 knots maximum. You should be at an even altitude. Oh yeah, because based on the direction. Yeah, so that gives traffic separation automatically. If you have those planes heading eastbound at having an odd altitude flight level, and then the ones going west, an even one. It's a very good rule of thumb. Okay, let's have a look here. I'm just going to follow this altimeter setting 2991. Once we hit 18,000 feet, and let me also fasten seatbelts, guys. Safety first. Not sure what we'll be getting here. Also, oh dang it, my throttle has gotten locked. I didn't realize. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Don't really know when exactly it happens, but it does. Kind of freaky. So you have to use the mouse to adjust it. Still a bit buggy. So is there traffic nearby? No. There isn't, so I don't think we have to announce, because it said in the VATSIM website you should use 122.8 sparingly, and you only use it when there's traffic around, which is, I guess, kind of not accurate as in real life, but I guess it's more economical for the server. Because normally you would announce your intentions on how do you call it, uncontrolled airport, right? You would just go to the frequency, announce if you're turning base, turning final, all that stuff. 2991, not very far from standard, pretty convenient. I should be fine there. Okay, let me turn on track IR again. Let's remove that view. The freaky view. Eek. Goodness. So we are at 240 knots. Actually not bad. Actually 249. Yeah, that's just perfect. I'll keep it there. At 68.1 N1. It's like I want to poke them eyes. Let me out. So once we reach Momo, I'll start preparing for arrival. Have we reached 10,000 yet? Yeah, no, not yet. I should be good. Alright, let me have a look at the chart here. Does it see us already? Not yet. Lots would give us a view of where we are. Once we reach Lots, we should be on the map here. In terms of altitude, we should be at 2,600 feet. When we cross Aikido, it's down to 1,700 once we reach Bupo. Yeah, and we should be able to capture the glide slope there. That should be fine. Fuel is okay, just exact. At how many pounds? At 370 pounds, when there's only 185 pounds left on the fuel tank. On each fuel tank, there will be a warning. Hopefully we don't reach that, but it shouldn't be a problem. It'll just light up here and you'll have to be aware of it. Fuel flow is significantly down. Yeah, because we're descending. Good. Do I see anything? Not yet. Let's go to the other map. That's where we are. Close to Momo. And then we'll be reaching Lot soon. That's nice, they're actually coordinating with each other. And VATSIM has something cooking. So remember what I mentioned about the audio quality issues that people have been complaining about? They've actually been developing something for like a year or so. And I think they're planning to do a beta soon. It's called Voice for VATSIM or something like that, and it allows pilots to talk to each other like that. Instead of typing, they can actually talk with each other. So maybe that will be great. So even if there's no air traffic control online, it should be easy to it should be nice. A nice multiplayer experience. How interesting though, isn't it, that in the flight sim world, in the aviation world, you want to play multiplayer with someone, you want to play with someone, but you don't want to see them, you don't want to go anywhere near them. That the goal is to stay as far apart as possible, but you still want to play with them. It's a bit counterintuitive if you think about it with regard to other games. Like for example, hunting. You guys want to hunt together, right? Here, you want to fly together, just not close to each other, just as far away as possible. Yeah, I kind of get it, but quite interesting how that is different. There you go, almost at Lots. Just like No Man's Sky. They changed that now, right? Don't change that. They changed that now. Don't ever miscalculate the fuel. Yes, yes. Yeah. I think we'll be getting that warning soon. But that should be fine. Should have enough fuel for it. Your favorite was getting a near miss on VATSIM. Controller clearly didn't get the point of 80s. There you go. There's the warning. Never even called a traffic alert. Oh wow. Maybe he was new. Slow down more here. Turn that off. I guess we should carry in more fuel with us, because if for example ATC comes on and we have to we need to have like a hold or something, need to get rerouted, and we won't have enough fuel. They're good to go there. That's nice. You never hear traffic alerts on VATSIM, which is sad. What do you mean? Like even the text, or you only get text but not voice? All updated now. Yeah, finally. Yeah, I heard No One Sky has been pretty good now. It's actually quite nice with all the updates. It's like a flat tire. You go out the truck looking for one, but you don't really want to find it. That's true. Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah, that one works. So runway heading is 269, 289. Is it? No, 273. 273, alright. Down to 1,700 feet. Is there any traffic? Doesn't seem like it. It's good, but it's not elite dangerous good. Oh yeah, I agree there. I agree there. Slow down a bit more. Look at that, we're almost at idle. And we're still traveling at more than 200 knots. That's how powerful this plane is. And we're full in terms of payload. Although the fuel is not really maxed out, but yeah. Okay, let's start to prepare here. If I look at my gross weight, it's 10,000 pounds. So if I look for the procedures, normal procedure, I think it's 109 knots VREF, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 10,000 pounds, 109 VREF. Let's set that up, which should be okay because 110 is the default. There you go. Let me also set up for landing. Turn off sync, turn on lift dump. We'll need that later. Landing lights. Okay, very good. You should now be crossing to Ahido. Slow down even more. Look at that. We're actually doing the hold. Dang it. How does that work? We have an inbound hold here. How does that work? Yeah, this is what I'm not familiar about. That thing. And actually it looks like we are doing the wrong way. Ah, might be we are doing that it's a teardrop. So when you're approaching a hold, there, depending on the angle you're approaching the initial fix, that IF, that one. If you're coming from here, I think that's the parallel, or no, I think that's a teardrop approach. So we should be going that way and crossing over here so we face Ahido. I think that's what the FMS is doing, but I'm not sure if it can do that actually. So we'll try to observe it and we'll see. And I'm slowing down too much. Because I am leveling off and I need that power. Yes, too slow now. So let's see if the FMS can do a good job at it or if we need to intervene. If this doesn't work, let's have a look. Inbound 093. That's 093. Okay, that one. And then it will do a... Okay. Yeah, it seems like it's working so far. It's now doing a turn. And then it should look for reaching Ahido soon with that. Let's see if it works. This is the first time I'm seeing this happen. So that's what inbound means. Approaching the initial fix, doing the, how do you call it? Joining the hold, whatever that is. Teardrop, parallel, or direct. In our case, that's one either teardrop or parallel. I think it's teardrop. Yeah. So the direction it should take is, we are approaching from here, so it should follow that line, right? It did, and then we turn around like this, and then it should cross the diagonal here, approaching Ahido again. There we go. That's what it's doing. Look at that. It's crossing the diagonal. Ah, that makes sense now. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't have an idea before how that inbound line in the FMS worked, but now that actually makes a lot of sense. And let me start to slow down here again because the vertical speed is now climbing down. And we are picking up speed. Korean Air 987, traffic is 2 miles at 1 o'clock. Boeing 77, heading west. Ah, I see. You never hear that from the air traffic controllers, which you should. Yeah, normally you would get that. Runway heading 273. Let me announce where we're going. We are in our around 12-mile final. Let me announce it anyway. Just for practice, right? Best practice. Traffic 12 final runway 28 or 27. That's the question, isn't it? Let me look at X-Plane. 27 it says. Okay, but FMS says 28. Let's go with 28. Let's follow what this guy says. Yeah, runway 28. Actually, it's 10-mile final now. And we are right bang in the middle of the glide slope, so I can just hit approach here. And it should glide us across all the way down. That's the idea, at least. Hey, Barry. What's up? Did you go out for a sec or something? Look at that. That looks so pro. Now it makes sense, that inbound thing. I had to Google how to fly a holding procedure and all that stuff, and now it makes sense. Flixbus announcement. Goodness. Hello. Has anyone tried Fernbus recently? I heard there's quite an interesting thing happening there. Okay, let me turn that off. Turn it back on again. Approach. Just so I'll have access to my throttle. Because if you turn off and on autopilot, then you get access to your throttles again, and that's what I really need. I need to be able to control it using my yoke. Yeah, my physical throttle. Bupo at 17. Yeah, we should be good there. And then we look at the airport and see runway 28. Yeah, and that's where we should be turning off the runway. Good. All right. We are below 200 knots. That means I can deploy landing gear. Flaps as well. Start slowing down. Wind is 7 knots. A bit crosswind. I'm not very good at crosswind landings. I've been doing a couple of crosswind landings recently. Nothing have been good. And I hate it. But yeah, it requires even more practice. What the heck was that? Someone just pushed me over. I think that happens when you refresh the weather. Tourist bus for the win. Okay, got you now. Hello and welcome to Flixbus. Flaps 20. It was a pleasure voice. Have faith, have faith. Flaps down. Okay. We have good visual of the runway. I should be able to take it from here. We have a little bit of fuel left. Turn off yaw damper, turn off autopilot, and we take it from here. Yeah, look at that. We're not approaching the... Actually, something changed. There's no wind at all now, so I don't have an excuse anymore if I screw this up. Dang it. Yeah, with that, when we got pushed away, the weather updated, and suddenly it said, okay, no more wind. Okay, fine. So now I'm doing the approach full straight on. No wind whatsoever. Just focus here a bit. I'll get back to chat in a bit. Everything is okay, right? Yeah, everything is okay. Pull up, pull up. It's a very short runway, dang it. Not very good with short runways. Go down. There we go. Not too shabby, thank goodness there was no wind. I'm going to miss the turn though. Yeah, I'll have to turn around the runway. That's fine. Glad that I've been drinking Jack's mead. Yeah. Let's do that. Like here. And turn around. Runway was very narrow. Grease it in there, boss. I tried to do the hic and then my voice didn't make it. Alright, there we go. Coming in hot. Race for impact. It kind of worked out in the end. Did you take off yet? Hey Tom, glad you made it. Not doing ATS today though, but we'll do that. Well, yeah, I'm not really sure what will be going on Friday. But yeah, it's flight sim day today. Thanks for joining still though. Okay, let's clean up here. Turn off the lights. Strobes. Find a parking spot. How do you park that way? Strange. Is that a B-58? A Baron 58. Does look like it, huh? I'm very bad at spotting planes. I'm thinking that's a Cessna and that's a Baron. Yeah, I think so. Those are the only two planes that I'm familiar with. You know what? I'll just stop here in the middle. Let them tow me to the right spot. Because I'll have to like reverse in anyway. Good. Do we shut down the plane? I'm feeling a bit lazy. Actually, fuel pumps are off. Was it? Whoops. But it still seems to work. So it seems like that sim isn't working. I guess something bad should have happened already. But then again, lucky. There we go. Okay, 35 gallons of fuel left. Ideally, I would have preferred 60 gallons in there. So it looks like we need to put in a bit more buffer. We cannot allow that, unfortunately, but I get the message, Kato. Just wait for valley parking. Yeah, we are somewhere in Georgia. Claxton something airport, that's the name. Claxton Evans Company. Is that CO? Or is that a different CO? Oh, by the way, I wanted to highlight this. So, in one of my YouTube videos, in one of the VODs for X-Plane, there was someone who got really mad, and he really hated my video, and he said some not nice words, but he was very civil, all things considered. And then he was saying, you should prepare for the stream more. Like, you don't even know what FD means. Back then, I didn't know what FD meant, and I was needing all the help from you guys, right, to teach me. There we go, KCWV. We got 3,900. Oh, thank goodness there's Jet A fuel. I forgot to check this beforehand. I actually had a plane get stranded in an airport because there wasn't Jet A fuel in there. So, rip. Oh, there's another one that's going to Atlanta. Let me get these guys. You might need to go through the same way, but no, I'll do that offline. And let me just load it up with maybe I don't know, 200 gallons just to be safe. Let's rent it again. No, let's not rent it. Let's leave it there. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So he was really hating on the stream, and he said you should prepare first before streaming. But then again, I kind of got his point, because it can get quite frustrating if the guy doesn't know anything what he's streaming about. But then again, that was the entire point, right? Learning. And it more for me, for those who are not familiar with the stream, I kind of like to keep it informal. I like to keep it realistic. I don't want to be fake. So when I struggle with something, when I don't know something, I want it to be seen. I want it to be recorded. It acts like a diary, you know, so like a record of where I came from, how I progress, if I progress at all, and how much I learned through the days, through the sessions. And I guess if I watch through those VODs, I will be cringing a lot, because I was so clueless. Now I know a bit more, but there's still so much to learn. But yeah, so it's not meant as a tutorial. It's meant as a log of the progress, of my progress, and how you guys are helping me with that. Grab your guns, what was his name? It was fair though. It was, I understand where he's coming from. It's just not really the purpose of the video, so yeah, it's not really the point. Was he more knowing all that? Yeah, because some people have the impression that you should not be in YouTube if you don't know something. You should not go online when you don't know something. You should only go online when you already know it. Which is kind of, I guess if you're doing a tutorial video, yes, definitely. But not everything is a tutorial. Yeah, so have to be adjust for that. $80,000 volt taser. Yeah, but yeah, I got his point. It's just the wrong perspective going into the video. Good. All right. So, how do we do this now? Let's see. I think I should have mentioned in the message that I was clear of runway 28, but yeah, fine. We do have a lot of folks there. Should we try that? We have time. We can do a short flight like here from let's see, where do you guys want to go? We can go and try VATSIM out in the west here, or not so much happening in the east, on the west rather. Oakland, is that? Yeah, we can do that, but there's only the center here. What's more full coverage would be the one on the right, this one. The fun is learning it together. Yeah, definitely agree. Yeah, so thank you guys for staying. I know it's a bit frustrating sometimes. And if anyone gets left behind, like if you don't know what I'm talking about anymore, let me know in chat, because I would love to get everyone on the same page. I love explaining things. Drop some fuel on her city. I didn't read that initially. Martin State Airport. Where is that? I should have known that by the name of the channel. That's true. Yeah. It gives a good heads up of what you should expect coming in. Maryland. Right down the street from you, like 10 minutes. Wow, cool. Well, I'm not sure where that is here in the map. Do you think it's covered by ATC? So this one is JFK in New York. We can actually do that, but I guess there will be a lot of people there. So if you want the full coverage, this one has a tower, has an approach. This one has tower, even has ground. This is Manchester in the US. This one has the entire package. A tower, a ground, an approach, an ATIS. Only thing it doesn't have is delivery, which is, yeah, we can do with ground. easily enough. Ah, Martin said it's an army base. Okay, I see. Yeah, might not be ideal. There probably won't be a good thing with it. A good ATC coverage with it. Hey, G. Glad to see you back, man. Thank you for the raid. How are you doing? Are you recovering well? Okay, so we can try that out. Boston. We can fly from Boston to Manchester, I guess, or the other way around. But I'll have to learn all these things. I'll have to learn the charts and everything. Maybe not that short. Let's try. Let's plug it in the nav plan and see what we have time for, because we only have an hour. Manchester. So KMHT to KBOS. New flight plan. Look for an airport. KMHT, Manchester. KBOS, destination. So that is all the way. Double click. There we go. That's actually only 40 miles. Will that even work? Well, we can try. We can try. Okay, so if we look at... Let's look at the ATIS, so we know which departing runways there are. ATIS says... departing runway 06. Okay, 06 it is. So we pick show departure procedures, runway 06. There are two of them. One is going north, one is headed way farther. But I guess that kind of makes sense. One sec, huh? That one. Wow. Yeah, I think we'll have to go all the way around. So we can take port 3, SID. Let's take that. And then we'll have to find what the ATIS is on Boston. What the weather is like. Which runways are active. I'll get back to chat in a bit, guys, alright? One sec. Runway 4 right. Okay, runway 4 right. Show arrival procedures, runway 4 right. We have a couple of stars available. That's one. Where the heck is that? Why doesn't that appear? It's all the way down there. Because it's 03. Yeah, it'll be a bit weird for us. We'll have to like loop around the entire way. We can take this one. Yeah. Let's take that one. Which is Ocean 5. 04 right. That becomes longer now. 140 miles. But we can get some shortcut there depending on the stuff being shown us. And then RNAV 04 right. One sec. Be right back. Plug that in as well. There you go. So that's how the flight plan will look like. Looping all the way around. EGBB to LFPG one day. Regional locations. What do you mean by regional locations? Like the smaller airports? The thing is, the ATC coverage is smaller there. So like the smaller airports won't have air traffic control. So it won't be the full experience. Just pressure in your head again. Hope you feel better, man. In and out of the hospital. On the mend now. That's great to hear. Yeah, get well soon, man. Get some rest. Thank you. Yeah, I would love to fly in Asia as well. But yeah, it really depends on the availability. Like if you go to Europe now, there is no air traffic control available because it's the middle of the night. Everybody's sleeping already from Europe. Well, except for some of you guys. If you go to Asia, that's the Philippines right there. There's also nothing. There's something here. What's ZBAA? China. Ah, nice. Beijing. So I would love to. But yeah, we're kind of limited with the availability of air traffic control. And this time of the day, it's mostly in the US. Yeah, you're all asleep. Yeah, so we can take that route. Let's see if that works. So I can actually jump into Manchester. Let's load up Manchester. Should I? Do I need to turn off my plane or anything? Let me load up the chart for Manchester. Manchester. Let's have a look at the airport where the GA parking is. Do one for the YouTube video. You mean with VATSIM? Yeah, definitely. But it would also, I would also need to adjust my recording schedule because this is my normal recording schedule. Yeah, right? More my mornings. So I'll have to record a different time, and that's challenging. But we'll see. We'll see. Great ideas. Hangar Northeast ramp. Fire station FPO ramp. Is that the one? GA parking. That's the one. Okay. Near the southeast of the airport. GA parking. And if we're departing runway, was it 3? 6. It will be quite a long taxi. We'll need to hold short. We'll need to cross this runway. So we'll probably hold short of runway 35. Go on via taxiway hotel, cross 36. And then, I don't know, golf? No, not golf. Probably Echo here. And then Mike. Then Mike 1. Yeah, it's going to be a long route. You managed to land. Congrats. 3 a.m. Wow. Have a good one. Stay safe. Have a good night and catch you next time. Thank you for joining. Time for new jewelry. To get a different schedule. That would be interesting. Yeah. Alright, let's jump there. Manchester. Overcast. Not strong winds though, so that's good. Okay. Let's go and jump into... Well, you can't even spawn there. Goodness, why not? GA1. Oh, GA1 is here. But if we compare that to the chart, that's actually somewhere here. South cargo ramp is where it's putting us. I guess that's okay because that's short. That's closer to runway 6. Okay, fine. Aircraft not permitted to taxi between airline terminal Golf, between airline terminal building, and aircraft that have pushed back or are taxiing on taxiway Golf or November. So here or here. Okay, that shouldn't involve us, I think. Let's see. Manchester, GA parking. Yeah, that's the one. GA1, GA2. Oh, GA1 is closer. Let's go GA1. Right. Let's see how this looks. In the meantime, let me load up the chart in the iPad so I can have an idea how this really looks. Kilo Mike Hotel Tango. Download the charts. Did I not click this yet? Okay, my bad. Dang it. Yeah, the GA parking and X-Plane and the GA parking in the actual chart is not consistent. There are some ramps though, so I guess that's what it's looking at. It's actually the south cargo ramp and the customs, I think, marked as GA parking. Should be fine, should work. We're actually going to pass by a bridge on the way to runway 6. Quite interesting. Okay, let me open my notes here because I'll need to speak soon. Getting nervous again. Why don't I have water anymore? Yeah, my voice is still not 100%. Not yet. Let me have a look at the notifications. Thank you for the follow. The follow notifications don't always work, and it's very weird, but thank you for following and welcome to the channel. Let me see if I missed out on any other stuff here. I think we're good. Okay. GPU. Let's go and have a look where we are. This even makes sense at all. Is there anyone online? We should see someone online soon. Oh, we're not connected. Dang it. Okay, we'll have to connect. I have to hide something though. So do that. You probably know what it is by now, but let's just keep all our bases covered. There we go. Let me open it up again. There you go. Alright. There we go, the entire shablam. So is there someone where we are? Okay, well, there is a ramp here, looks like. Yeah, it looks like it's cargo parking or something. Swiss hype. How's the traffic looking like? 10 feet. There are some folks. Oh, a couple of folks actually. Alright, let's go and connect with ground. 121-800. Is ground the first one? No, that's different actually. You should look for Manchester. MHT. Approach, ground or tower. Ground would be the first layer. It should be delivery, but since delivery is not available, we move to ground. 21-9. Hey man. Welcome back, welcome back. How have you been doing? Thanks for the follow again. Alright. So let's open that. Let's keep the approach, the departure rather. Port 3 is where which we're taking, I think. This is quite interesting. One sec. Oh, it's actually via vectors. So runway... Let's have a look. Port runway 6, climbing left turn, heading 039 degrees. Okay. And then after that, these arrows indicate vectoring. So air traffic control would point us to Ramey probably. Maybe they'll just say direct Ramey or something like that. And then from there, is that consistent with what we see in Little Nav Map? Port 3 nav. Yeah, Ramey and port. Yeah, that's the one. And then we connect here, Euro. Yeah, that's fine. So I guess, because we're headed east mainly, should be odd altitude. It's maybe at 15,000 feet should be nice. Actually, because we're light, we should be able to take in more. 17,000. That should be okay. Top of descent there. 250 knots there. Yeah, that should be okay. Alright. So let me list it in Notepad so I don't forget. We are taking... Why are we taking runway 17 in Manchester? That shouldn't be. Wait. That's wrong. This one is saying runway 6. Runway 6, port 3. I think it took the wrong one. Maybe a bit of typo in there. Yeah, it's runway 6 here, but it's runway 17 there. Yeah, I think that's just typo.
Manchester ground, November 396 Delta, off runway 6 on Zulu.
I got surprised someone actually spoke.
November 3962 Delta, Manchester ground. You heading to signature 9?
Yes, sir.
60 Delta Roger, taxi to the ramp via Alpha Bravo Hotel, cross runway 17.
Alpha Bravo Hotel, cross 17 to the ramp, 60 Delta.
Okay, let us listen to ATIS first. Is there such a thing? Yes, 119.55.
Expression use, landing parting runway 6. Post final readback all short instruction, 5 initial contact, yes, back. Quebec 0153 Zulu observation, wind 36016, visibility 10. Sky conditions, 2 clouds, 1000, feeling overcast 3005, temperature 7, 2.4, altimeter 2982. ILS approach use, landing parting runway 6. Push post final readback all short instruction, 5 initial contact, yes, Quebec. Mission Quebec 0153 Zulu observation, wind 36016, visibility 10. Sky conditions, 2 clouds, 1000, feeling overcast 3005, temperature 7, 2.4, altimeter 2982. Delta, landing parting runway 6. Bravo, if you can go ahead and taxi straight ahead Alpha Echo Hotel to signature.
Quebec 0153 Zulu observation, wind 36016. Alpha Echo 0. Looks like I don't have Bravo.
The voice is not consistent with what's written.
Delta Roger, and go ahead and cross runway 35 on Echo.
I'm going to follow this one instead. 030 at 5
Cross 35
knots.
on Echo. Head over.
Altimeter 2982. Okay, that one's consistent. Runway 6, we have Quebec. The voices in your head are speaking. Yeah, they are. Okay, so let me list the flight plan. It's going to be Manchester to Boston, runway 6 via the port 3 departure, and then port 3 departure to port, and then via the Ocean 5 arrival. The first one will be Euro. Ocean 5 arrival. Runway 04R. Okay, something like that. Port 3 departure, Ocean 5 arrival. So if I can copy that one, when we file it, it's now 219. Let's go for 230 departure, Zulu. Let's file that. Okay, boss. No alternate. Cruising altitude is 17,000 feet. True airspeed, I'm not really sure. Let's go with 400. Departure 0230. Flight time would be 30 minutes. Space the flight plan. Port 3, Ocean 5, beginner daylight. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good, okay. Do a barrel roll. The voice seems semi-asleep. As long as you can understand him, that's great. So let's plug that in here before I request for clearance. So many parallel things, duplicate things you have to maintain. Runway 6, port 3, nothing there, and then arriving via the Ocean 5.
November 704 with you, clear of runway 6.
Hey, Synth! Thank you for 3 months, man.
Brown, Roger, you looking for a signature tonight?
Congrats on the bronze badge. Amazing.
November 74, Roger. Taxi signature via Bravo Hotel, cross on 7.
Appreciate that, man.
Bravo Hotel, cross runway 7. Yeah, or November 704.
Okay, execute. Oh, crap. Enable 670. Okay, what's wrong? Why? What are you complaining about? That one? 670. Above. Oh, that should be fine. Oh, maybe because of this discontinuity. I don't know. Let's try that. Execute. Cruise has gone. Enable 6000 at Joby. Why? Oh, that's going to be a very small. Let's see, maybe there's something inconsistent about that. Gabi. Let's look at the arrival at Boston. We're not really sure if this is what they'll give us, but if you file something, they probably will give it if it makes sense. But it's better to be prepared and just adjust afterwards. So we're looking at Ocean, yeah. Oh my goodness, where is it? Gavi, that one. 6,000 feet. So Chubby. Yeah, I got a message. ATC has issued an amendment to your route of flight to better facilitate air traffic movements. If you're able to accept the amendment, please reply to this message, then expect to receive clearance. If you're able to accept the amendment, have any questions or would prefer a different route, please contact Manchester Ground on 121.9. MHT Tommy LWM. Oh, let's try that. Okay. Okay. Say rejected. MHT. Okay. Show on map. Ah, that's a much shorter one. MHT. Let's add that to flight plan. Let's remove the departure. MHT Tommy LWM. Denied. That will give us a much shorter flight. He's probably wondering why I'm going all the way around. That looks like the wrong thing. That's probably the right one. Okay. Doesn't look like it though. If we add that to the flight plan, let me see again. MHT Tommy LWM. Let's add that to the flight plan. The MHT makes sense, but the Tommy doesn't. Tommy is way here north, so we're coming from Manchester. We'll be passing by the MHT VOR and LWM as well, but Tommy also is up here. Unless that is like a... I don't know. Seems weird. Okay, let's read through that again. If you're not able to accept amendment, have any questions or would prefer a different route? Okay, MHT Tommy LWM. Alright, let's go and get some fuel first. Let me just get let's just get maybe 25%. That should be a good ballpark figure. Yeah, a bit of fuel there. Let me enter that in Sky Vector just so we can see if it's consistent. Thanks for the bits, Jay. Yeah, so that would make us go that way. That looks weird. But I guess that kind of... If they want, then that's fine. Okay. We can work with that, so it's still a bit roundabout, but I guess that's for sequencing. Fine. Ah, missed one. Thank you for the bits, Jay. So let's accept that. If you are able to accept, reply to this message and expect to receive clearance. Will I be receiving that now? I have to prepare then. Okay. You want me to ban him? Let me think. Starting to get confused with all the stuff that needs to happen. Actually, the shorter the flight, the harder it is, because the more you'll have to sequence through the different steps. Not even sure if we can finish the flight in the time remaining for us. He will say no. It's all about the monies. Okay, let's plug that in then in the flight plan first before we get ready. Okay, so I will do departure via runway 6. Yes, and then I will do... You know what? Let's repeat it. What's happening? Repeat that. There you go. Okay, boss. And then it will be the runway 6. After that, we'll take Mike Hotel Tango Tommy. Probably the closer one, this one. And Lima Whiskey Mike. So, and then we arrive runway 04, I think it was the plan. Right? That should be good. Now the thing is, how long will that be? I want to put that somewhere below, but I don't know how. Let's remove this leg. That's the one. Move select down. Ah, there you go. Control down. There you go. So that is how it will be. It's going to be 106 miles. Take us 20 minutes. That should be fine. Let's go 13,000 feet. Should be fine. Let's see if they'll give us that. We can program it in anyway later on. Okay. Looks good. Alright, so let's get some clearance already. So that will not be... We'll probably not use this, the port 3. We'll still use this, okay. Let me look at my script here. What place is this again? Manchester? Manchester, yes. Have a good night, Scotsman. Happy trucking. Clumsy trucking, rather. Alright. And we are going to Boston. What's the name? General Edward Lawrence Logan International. Wow. That's a very long one. Can I just say Boston? Is that the same thing, guys? Let's go and look at that in Sky Vector. Alright, let's try it.
Manchester ground, November 4131 Charlie, clear of runway 6, request taxi to General Aviation.
November 4131 Charlie, Manchester ground, taxi to signature parking via Alpha Bravo Hotel, cross runway 17.
Taxi General Aviation via Alpha Bravo Hotel, cross runway 17, November 31 Charlie.
Is it our turn? Okay, let's do this. Getting so scared. Okay. Let me have a listen to the 80s again. I know I'm doing all these delaying tactics.
Clouds 1000, feeling overcast 3000, temperature 7, dew point altimeter 2982. ILS approaching use, landing parting runway 6. Push call sign, I'll read back. Speed back all short instructions. 5 minutes contact. Yes, Quebec.
Yeah, sounds good.
Quebec 0153.
Alright. We have Quebec. Alright, let's do this.
Additional aircraft, ATIS information, Quebec current, altimeter 2982.
Okay, good reminder. 2982. Manchester, good day. Premier 461 Kilo Tango, request clearance to Boston. We have Quebec.
November 461 Kilo Tango, Manchester ground, good evening. Are you able to accept the flight plan amendment I sent you?
Yes, we are. Should be fine. 1 Kilo Tango.
November 461 Kilo Tango, roger. Cleared to Boston. Manchester 9 departure. Radar vectors Manchester. That is amended. Maintain 3000. Expect flight level 170. Correction. 17,000. 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 124.9er. Squawk 1413.
Okay, we are cleared to the Manchester 9 departure. Initial altitude 3000, expect 17,000 5 minutes after. 124.9 departure frequency, squawk 1413. 1 Kilo Tango.
1 Kilo Tango, readback is correct. Thank you for information, Quebec. Expect runway 6 for departure, advise ready to taxi.
Runway 6 for departure. Will contact me on 1 Kilo Tango. Let's put that in 1. Did I miss something? It should be the MHT9 departure, apparently. So, let's go and do that. Here we go. Manchester 9. That should get us to Manchester, Tommy. Yeah. That should be fine. Cruising is 17,000. Mainly. Descent 3 degrees. And I think we should be good there. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. I think he read that I was a beginner. He was going very slow for me. Thank you. Appreciate that. Alright. So we can get ready. Let me go and load up Manchester 9 departure. This is really helping a lot, this Navigraph, because it really gives me a bit of confidence of where I'm going. Alright, should be good there. So heading would be runway 6. Left turn heading 039, okay. So let me maybe program that in the heading already. 039. Initial climb, top altitude will be 3000. That's also consistent with what he gave me.
Manchester ground, November 587 Extra Papa.
on Zulu, looking to taxi to the FBO.
November 587 X-ray Papa, Manchester ground, roger. Taxi to signature via Alpha, correction, Bravo Hotel, cross runway 17.
And that's Bravo Hotel, cross runway 17.
So we can actually get ready for that. 1219 is ground, and then we have departure frequency in 124.9. Yeah, so we can actually plug that in here already. There you go, so we can just switch on later. Although we do have tower. So we do have tower 121.3. So I'm guessing we should contact them first later. Well, we can just plug that in once we're ready at the tower. Yeah, he spoke already. I spoke already. Okay. We can start the plane finally. Sorry for the delay, guys. Really struggling a lot with the psychological effect. Really trying to grab my bearings first.
Ground hello, November 870 Alpha with you out on Zulu to the General Aviation.
November 87 Lima Alpha, Manchester ground. Taxi to signature via Alpha Bravo Hotel, cross runway 17.
Yeah, Alpha Bravo Hotel, cross runway 17, November 870 Alpha to signature.
Start the engines here. Auto. I think we're good. Turn off that sync. I'm not a fan of that cutting off sound. Let's do it at the same time. Probably not something you do normally, but we're a bit pressed for time. This is the problem with VATSIM. It's a bit time consuming with all the steps if you do it properly, so you have to really coordinate your time. It's nothing wrong about it, it's just the way it is. It's actually pretty realistic. Turn on lead air. That looks good as well. Left gen on. GPU can come off. We don't have any passengers today, just us. Avionics on. Let's turn on pitot heat, windshield heat, and those things. Why don't I have that? Unable cruising altitude. Okay. It's a bit tricky. Why? Is it that short? Runway 6, vectors MHT 1830. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it is a bit short. Or maybe I just put in the wrong thing. No, it doesn't work. Okay, let's see. 170. Okay, 17,000. Let's see what they say. But we should be ready to taxi. I should look at my stuff here so I know which way to go. Right, I should be contacting him as well. 121.9. Yeah. Alright. Squawk is set. We are good to go. Ground Premier 461 Kilo Tango, ready to taxi.
November 61 Kilo Tango, runway 6, taxi via Mike.
Taxi via Mike, runway 6, 1 Kilo Tango. Okay, we're good to go. Now I'm thinking, which one is Mike and Mike 1? What's the difference? Ground Premier 461 Kilo Tango, sorry, just to clarify. Taxi is Mike all the way. I also see a Mike 1 in the chart.
November 461 Kilo Tango, my apologies. Taxi via, are you, correction, did you say you're on November or Echo?
I am on Echo, I believe. 1 kilo. Sorry. I think it is somewhere in between Mike and Echo. 1 Kilo Tango.
November 461 Kilo Tango, Roger. It looks like my charts are a little off from your scenery. No worries. Taxi to runway 6 via Echo, Mike.
Echo, then Mike, 1 Kilo Tango. And that Mike 1, I should just ignore it, right? Not via Mike 1, via Mike only.
1 Kilo Tango, that's correct. It doesn't that there's a Mike 1 on the chart. Mike 1 is up by runway 6. If you'd like Mike 1, I can give you taxi clearance. Echo Mike 1.
Echo Mike 1. Okay, thank you. 1 Kilo Tango. Not that I need it, but...
And 1 Kilo Tango, one more thing. I made a mistake. I have an amendment to your flight plan. Advised, ready to copy.
Ready to copy. 1 Kilo Tango.
1 Kilo Tango, cleared to Boston as filed. Maintain 3,000, expect 9,000. That's 9,000 within 5. Rest of your unchanged.
Roger. So existing flight plan unchanged except for 9,000 after 5 minutes. 1 Kilo Tango.
1 Kilo Tango, thank you. Taxi Echo Mike 1 to runway 6.
Echo Mike 1, runway 6, 1 Kilo Tango. Good. Alright, that makes more sense. 9,000. Thank you. Now the FMS is able to give me something perfect. Alright, let's do it. So I think I should go straight here. Turn left, right? Turn left through here. Yeah, we are in... Actually, this is November. But fine. Actually, that mic looks like... Oh, that's okay. A little bit of inaccuracy with the charts. Or with the person reading the chart. There we go, Mike. So I'm not sure if we'll be able to finish the flight, guys. I think I might have to cut it short. Oh, dang it, it's getting so fun. But I think I might have to cut it mid-flight because of time constraints. But then again, thank you. Thanks for understanding. This is why I have such a hard time getting into VATSIM. I cannot finish a flight. But then I asked this one time, is it okay to not finish the flight because I just want to experience what I can experience with the time I have, and they said it should be
1
fine.
1 Kilo Tango, contact tower now 121.3. Have a good flight.
121.3, 1 Kilo Tango. Have a good day. Okay, let's do that. 1 to 130. There you go. Mike 1 is where we're going. Yes. That's the whole short line. Stick through here. And then we'll get in touch with tower. Everything else we should be good. Tower, good day. Premier 461 Kilo Tango ready for departure. Holding short runway 6.
November 461 Kilo Tango Manchester Tower, fly heading 040, runway 6, clear for takeoff.
040 heading runway 6 cleared for takeoff. 1 Kilo Tango. Right. Let's do that. Flight level change. Nav. Get some speed in. Wait a minute. Why is that Mach speed? There you go. Should be 250 probably. Yeah, 250. There we go. Phew. Alright, then after this, he'll ask us to contact departure after we've taken off. After a while. V1, rotate, and gear up. Heading, and there we go. There we go. Is that the right one? Normally they would say contact approach. I'm not so sure now.
November 461 Kilo Tango, contact loss, approach 124.9.
124.9, 1 Kilo Tango. Have a good day. That's the guy here, 124.9. Boston, 1 Kilo Tango. Premier 461 Kilo Tango. Heading 040 at 3,000 feet. Maintaining.
Number 461 Kilo Tango Boston approach radar contact on maintain 9,000. Proceed direct warrants.
Climb 9,000 and say again, direct to what?
Warrants. Lima Whiskey.
Direct to Lima Whiskey Mike, 1 Kilo Tango. Okay, that looks good. And now we can climb to 9,000. Fast forward, yeah, I cannot fast forward, I think. I think in some cases they allow it, but it has to be coordinated with them as well. Well, we can see. It's gonna dump us mid-air. I'm loving this though. I'm super confused, but I'm loving this full-on air traffic control stuff happening. That is the departure. We're actually going straight to Lawrence, Lima Whiskey Mike. That's what he said. I just didn't know that it was Lawrence. That's cool. Yeah, this is the difficulty when you fly somewhere you're not familiar with the waypoints. You might know the letters, but you don't know what they stand for if you don't study it beforehand. Yes, the windshield heat is on. And unfortunately, I don't think it's simulated properly in this what do you say? Simulated properly in this plane. Okay, let's stick to that. You cannot go past the speed here. You cannot go past 250 knots because we are below 10,000 feet. That should be a fairly quick flight. I'm not yet sure where in Boston we will be routed to, but I'm guessing 04 right based on the ATIS before.
1 kilo, approach 0.
Was that us? Let's wait for him to repeat it.
Over 1 kilo, tango contact Boston, approach 133.0.
Boston approach 133.0, 1 kilo tango. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yep.
Boston approach, Premier 461 kilo tango, maintaining 9,000. Slow down here a bit.
Premier 461 kilo tango Boston approach hello to Boston altimeter 2983. ATIS information kilos current. Expect an ILS runway 4 right approach. Just be advised, I'm going to be closing in 4 minutes.
Roger, thank you. 1 kilo tango. Okay, we'll have to listen to the ATIS of Boston. 1350.
1 kilo tango depart Lawrence heading 160.
Heading 160. 1 kilo tango.
Evening approach, Canada 527, climbing through flight level 6,200.
Air Canada 57 Boston departure radar contact, climb and maintain 14,000.
I maintain 14,000, Air Canada 527.
Next you'll have information kilo. Boston Logan Airport information kilo. 01540. 1360
Boston Center
visibility
closing,
10.
contact
2,800. 1,400 broken.
Over to 122, thank you, and have an evening.
Temperature 7. 2.5. Altimeter 2983.
November 6th,
ILS runway
turn
4.
heading 160 to center maintain.
Is that us?
160, 2000, no. 6 from yesterday.
Air Canada 570 with you at flight level 13. Going up out. Air Canada 570 Boston departure radar contact, climb and maintain 14,000.
Let's slow down to 200 here so I have enough space to adjust.
Alright, we'll go up to 14,000 Air Canada 570.
Expect runway 04R, that's what we are expecting. Yes. Perfect. Didn't realize this pop-up FMS was going to be so useful.
November 1 Kilo Tango, descend, maintain 5,000.
5,000, 1 Kilo Tango. I think they're planning for a more direct approach for us.
November 6 Romeo X-ray, turn right heading, turn left heading 130.
130 from X-ray.
That should be fine. RNAV, full right. That's the one. I think. Yes, that's us. Then again, if it's full right, then it'll have to circle all the way through. I wonder how they'll make that work with air traffic control. Yeah, because this is the hold for the missed approach, I think. So they'll probably take us from there.
November 6 Romeo X-ray, turn left heading 060 during the localizer.
060 during the localizer, 06 from X-ray.
6 Romeo X-ray, 3 miles from Milt, maintain 2,000 on the localizer. ILS runway 4 right approach.
2,000 still established on the localizer, we'll clear the ILS, runway 4 right approach, 6 from X-ray.
Have to also open the airport.
And Air Canada 570, center's closing, I'm closing up, so radar service terminated. Figures change approved. Have a nice day. You too. Conventional aircraft, Boston approach is now closed.
So who should we contact then? That means we probably go 134.7. The center. Time's up. Oh, dang it. Yeah.
November 390 Golf Mike. Unfortunately, Boston Center will be closing at this time. Radar service terminated, frequency change approved. Have a nice flight into Boston.
390 Golf Mike, that's nice.
Frequency change approved, 390 Golf Mike. Have a good one.
That's B1D. Okay, anyway, they're closing off, so I think we'll have to log off anyway. You can maybe get in touch with tower. Oh, even the tower is gone. Yeah, tower is gone, center is gone. Yeah, it's the sign that we should leave, guys. Oh, that was a bit of a shame. It was so nice. Okay. Anyway, so that was a great warm-up. Hopefully next time we can do a full flight with it. Maybe I won't do FS economy anymore, so we have more options where to go. I can always do one anyway. Okay, let's go and disconnect here. There's actually a plane right beside us. Okay, let me disconnect already. We might hit somebody. Sneaky, suddenly the plane disappeared. Steals the parachute. You guys are all on your own. Center closing, you just have to stay in the air until tomorrow. Bye. See ya. Alright, anyway. Let's leave it there, guys. We're going to leave things hanging, flying, floating, however we call it. Thank you for staying with me. I know it was a bit taxing at times, but yeah, learning a lot and really enjoying this aviation world, this flight sim world is just something else completely. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good day, everybody. I'll catch you on Friday. We'll see if we go with trucking or flying or whatnot. This notes thing is really helping me out though. Really helping a lot with the script so I don't forget what I say. Thank you, have a good day, and clumsy flying, everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you for staying. Thanks a lot, Alex. Bye.